Hello, Facebook Live. Marcus here. It is 11:30 on Thursday. Been out shoveling my house, our sidewalk here, part of our parking lot. Been at Jamie's mom's house, shoveling there. Have the snowblower on the trailer, getting ready to go to Courtney's house here soon. And so we got a lot of snow. We got more snow than I thought we were going to get. I figured those numbers are always inflated a bit. I know we monitor the weather very carefully here at the restaurant because the weather dictates our business in certain situations. In fact, in our reservation book, we write what the weather is every single day. So when we look back at last year, let's say, let's pick a random day like Valentine's Day. We can go back to last year, the year before, all 18 years we can go back and look at Valentine's Day and look at the weather, what it was like, and the trend with how busy we were. So it's information that we use when we do our forecasting for labor and sales. We try to forecast our numbers and figure out, okay, did this much last year, this week. Let's throw a random number out there, like $10,000. We did $10,000 last week this year. But it snowed 2 days. So what's the weather forecast for this week this year? Oh, there's no snow. So that 10,000 could legitimately be 14,000 this year. So we use the weather to predict and forecast our sales, our labor. But of course, it's just a prediction. Nothing's ever a proven formula. It's just some guide numbers. So my question here is, I thought the snow was stopping. And I see blue sky as I'm looking up here. I can see the mountain out the window and blue sky. Not all blue sky, but there's blue sky popping through the clouds. I just heard Cuomo say that we're supposed to get more snow today. I looked on my iPhone and I don't see any more snow for Ellenville area at all. But he said, was in Kingston, I guess, just now at the Department of Transportation there and doing his press conference, his briefing, his Facebook Live, and saying that there's more snow to come. And then that's, he's deemed Ulster County a state of emergency. So I've been out today on the roads. The roads here are fine by me. I'm sure there's back roads still that are not plowed and things like that. I'm sure that always exists, right? So Jamie and I are deciding, do we open tonight? Should we open tonight? If we were to open tonight, if anybody's listening right now, would you come in tonight? Not even to us, or would you just go out to a restaurant tonight at all? So just if anybody can just drop some comments and say, yeah, you would totally go out to a restaurant tonight. That would help us out. I'm all for opening tonight, even if it's just Jamie and I working, even if it's 6 people that we serve, it's 6 people that we're counting on us on a regular day that we're open. So I feel it's important to open. I'm not asking anybody to drive in horrendous conditions, anything like that. So, but some people feel they can drive, and honestly, the roads here are all melted. The roads are all plowed. I was on 209, I was on 52. I'm actually getting ready to go out towards Sullivan County here in a few minutes and head out that direction, so I'll know more about the roads up there. So should we open tonight is the question. Should we open tonight? Jamie and I had a lot of fun last night doing our Facebook Live video outside. It was really fun out in the snow last night. We had a lot of people viewing and commenting. I guess everybody was home with nothing to do except get a notification that say Marcus and Jamie are live right now. So we had some fun out in the snow last night. I love the snow, and my snowshoes are ready to go, rock and roll and go. And if I have time to snowshoe today, I'll go out and snowshoe today. So lots of fresh powder out there. It's a great workout. So I got one comment here. I see Matthew just commented and said, open up, open. So hello to everybody tuning in. Hi, Chris. Hi, Matthew, of course. Hi, Jamie, Chris, Terry, Allison, Michelle, Robin. Hi, Aileen. Hi, Tina. Hi, Pat, Bob. Just drop a comment if you're tuning in live. I'd love to see pictures of your driveway, of the snow at your house, although you can't drop a picture comment here on Facebook when you're watching live. I can drop one later, I think. Jamie just got me a new charger today for my phone. She got me a wireless charger, so my phone is here wirelessly charging. My iPhone has a faulty connection here, and it has a hard time charging a lot of times. And I figured spend $15 on a charger instead of buying a new phone. And I know I can get that piece fixed. I've had Matt from Go Fast Computers here in Wilson. He's fixed my iPhones before, where we've been saved a lot of money instead of going to buy a new phone. A lot of times you think your phone has a bad connection, or this and that. Little parts and pieces can be switched out, and Matt's really great at that. A lot of people, I'm sure, are great at that. When you go to Apple, of course, or to a store, they want to sell you a new phone. That's their job. That's where they make money, selling new phones. Years and years ago, when the iPhone 3 was out, remember the very, very first iPhone? I cracked my screen, and this is before the kiosks in the mall would actually replace the screens. It was like a very tricky thing back in the way beginning, over a decade ago with the iPhones. And I cracked my screen. It was on our way back from Italy, and I dropped it. We got home. The van was there, and Jamie's like, "Your phone should be in the case." And I opened the door, with all the luggage and stuff, and the phone dropped, and it just fell smack on its glass. And I knew as soon as I dropped it that I broke it. And I had to go all the way to New York City to get a new screen, and it was like $45. And there was this building in New York City that was known to have all these, I don't want to say, but they were like Iranians, and they were all in this building. They all shared office space on this floor, and this is where I was told to go by somebody who had gotten their phone fixed. That these guys were the experts, and these guys could do it because nobody here locally was doing it when it was months after the first iPhone came out. Dropped my phone off. I came back a half an hour later, and he was like, "I stripped your iPhone." The screw, he goes, "I stripped your iPhone." He goes, "We have to get a drill to bore it out." And I said, "What are you getting, a dental drill?" And he goes, "Yeah, we're getting a dental drill. Hopefully we'll be here in 10-15 minutes. You can wait around and watch us do this." And sure enough, I brought in this little tiny dental drill and drilled the screw out and popped it open. And $40 later, $45 later, I had a new iPhone screen. So I'm very happy that Jamie bought me this iPhone charger, so I don't have to worry about buying a new iPhone. Save some money. All right, so we're gonna open tonight. I'm pretty sure, because I want to open. Like I said, even if 6 of you come in tonight, it's 6 people that we're able to eat tonight here. So tonight's special is burger night. $9.99 burgers. $9.99 burgers to go. That's our takeout special. Our takeout special all week long is our salmon dish, our seared salmon with the dill mustard sauce. That is $9.99. $9.99 all week long until Sunday. We sold a lot of salmon the other day. A lot of salmon on Monday. So that special will be available tonight. Of course, our full menu is available. We will plan on keeping the dining room open. Here we have had some decent crowds for us to at least keep merit indoor dining. Some restaurants are going to only take out because they're not having anybody sitting inside, but we are having people still sitting inside, safely distanced, of course, socially distanced. We only have 7 tables. We used to have 18 tables. So we're probably going to keep rocking and rolling with indoor dining because a lot of you still want it. So somebody's saying, how do you do those prices? How do you do those prices? Yeah, so the ribeye last week was an insane deal at $9.99. The salmon is an insane deal at $9.99. For us right now, the name of the game is to get business, get any kind of business. And a lot of times when you buy a steak or you buy the salmon from us, we make a couple of dollars. We don't make nearly what we should be making on those. But as soon as you buy potatoes, rice, vegetables, a beer, bottle of wine to go, then we make up for it and keep moving forward and make a few more bucks and a few more bucks. Literally, if you walked in here and bought the $9.99 bottle of wine, the $9.99 daily deal, you'd walk out with a bottle of wine and a dish for $20. That is an amazing deal. I'm willing to put $4 in my pocket as profit just to be able to move product and get people used to the fact of coming in. Part of business psychology is, you get people in the habit of using you, of the habit of walking into your business, buying your product, tasting whatever it is, whatever product you're selling. So even if I make $4 That $4, by the way, is going to go to staff and other things, right? But even if I profit $4 on the food, on the cost of those items, it's $4 more that I have to pay a staff member to do that. So the name of the game right now is basically just keep the doors open, rocking and rolling, keep people coming in, keep my staff as employed as possible, and keep moving product. So that is an insane deal, $9.99. So that's how we do those prices. I'm just concerned about moving product and making anything at this point. So Jamie and I have worked very, very, very hard this year. That's why we're closed 2 days a week as opposed to 1 day a week, because we worked so hard this year that we just need 2 days to unwind right now. And we're here anyway. We're here anyway working and we're doing things. So, but we're just not opening the doors. And sometimes, the more that you're open, the more you lose, right? Because you just have to cover all these costs and expenses and staff, and then it becomes a lot of massive more work, which is what we were finding in the very beginning of this, is that we're doing a lot of the work ourselves with a couple of people, and it was just exhausting and tiring. We had a good summer. Our back garden was literally gold for us. Having that back garden, having that back space, people enjoyed that. The new tent's up. If you caught my Facebook Live last night in the snow, the new tent is up right now. I would walk, but I have the iPad, and the iPad has Wi-Fi, and once I get past the certain part of the building here into the back door, it's going to drop off before it catches the next network outside. Maybe I'll go on my phone later and do it. But the new tent's up. There's patio heaters under the tent. The sides of the tent are hopefully coming today, later today or tomorrow, so we'll have 3 sides in the tent, and the heaters will be on in there. So realistically, if it's like a 50-degree day outside, I'm sure people will be outside. I know I plan on lighting that fire pit on warmer winter days, and maybe even like on a cold day, like do some kind of like vodka tasting back there, at nighttime, light the fire up, and maybe I was talking to somebody the other day about doing ice carvings. I used to do an insane amount of ice carvings. That's one thing people don't really know about me, unless you know me from years and years ago. But 30 years ago, 25 years ago, I would do a lot of ice carvings, like a lot. Ice sculptures, swans, doves, dolphins, hearts, custom pieces that were like with logos on them, custom logos, things like that. In fact, I even used to compete on a regional level on ice carvings. This was 94, 95, maybe 96. I would actually travel the Northeast here on weekends. Every single weekend, there were big ice festivals, ice carving, ice sculpting festivals. One of the biggest was Dementi's in Scranton, and I went to that a couple years in a row. And there's literally 200 ice sculptors from all over the country, and even people fly in from other countries, and they're out in the stadium there carving ice, and it was like an amazing thing. So I would compete when I first started ice carving, I would compete on the junior level, on the amateur level, and I kind of killed it on the amateur level. It did really, really, really well my first year, and the nationals in Youngstown, Ohio. I traveled all the way to Youngstown, Ohio to do the nationals, and I actually won the national competition. It was a 70-degree and windy day in March or February, and sunny. Sun and wind and warmth are not good for ice sculptures. They're not good for ice sculptures at all. And so I modified the piece I was doing. So I took a block of ice and I cut it into 3 pieces and I stacked. Ice carving is really, really cool because the tools that you can use and technology and everything is like beyond what most people can think, like the average person. But we actually have marble slabs that we heat up with irons, and we'd plane the ice. And when you plane 2 flat surfaces of ice, as soon as you put them together, they pretty much stick together. Then you take bubblegum spray and you really seal it. You wrap stockings around it, like women's stockings, with dry ice on warmer days to actually create this fuse and mold them together. So you can literally cut up a piece of ice and reconform this piece of ice and then start the sculpture. So you can get beyond the boundaries of a 40-inch tall, 20-inch wide, 10-inch thick block of ice. So this was a warm day, very windy, and sunny. 3 things that ice sculptures do not like. So I modified my piece and did like a 7-foot tall dolphin on a wave, and I had to cut the ice block down and stack it I had to literally plane it with hot irons and marble. Then I had to bubblegum spray it, bubblegum remover spray. If you spray bubblegum remover spray on carpet, it freezes the bubblegum. It actually freezes the bubblegum and makes it crack, and that's how you get it out. So this is instant freeze. So it froze it, stacked it up, and did this carving. And one of the judges, Aaron Kostick, who was on the USA team that competed, I think, in Japan, he walked in, and there was, I don't know, there must have been 40, 50 of us competing, and he judged my piece. And at the end, he said to me, he goes, "Marcus, I knew you won as soon as I walked into the room." He goes, "Nobody else modified their pieces, and you try to do the Eiffel Tower, and you have all these intricate pieces, and you're doing all these things." They go, it's not a good day for that. And he goes, "I knew by the piece that you chose that that you were thinking about all that kind of stuff," and I ended up winning that. And I used to win money every week, and it was great. And then the following year, they bumped me into the professional realm, and I used to just help my one friend Jeff, who's one of my roommates in Greenbrier, who got me into ice carving. I would help him compete, because sometimes it's teams, and sometimes you can have an assistant. But what they did with ice carvings was insane. Kids jumping rope on a ball. I mean, you can get really, really, really creative with ice sculptures. So I used to do ice sculptures. So the point of it was, maybe I should do an event outside in the garden with ice sculptures, an ice bar or something, and light the fire pit up in January or something. Maybe I should start looking for pieces of ice that I can start doing that with. When I worked at the Greenbrier in West Virginia, the Greenbrier, which is that famous resort in West Virginia, I ended up being the lead ice sculptor. And every Christmas and New Year's, like a few years I was there, I would carve along with some help from other people. But we would set up. I'd start carving 3 weeks earlier. Just keep putting the pieces in the freezer. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, all in letters. That's like 31 or something letters, 20 something. I don't know how many letters. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. A lot of letters. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And then a sled that was 21 blocks of ice. 21 blocks of ice was the sled. Full out Santa sled. 21 blocks, 3 people could sit in it. And then 9 reindeer lined up in front. And Rudolph was on a platform, so Rudolph took the lead. And I would do this a few years that I was down there at the Greenbrier. That's where I learned how to really, really ice sculpt really good. So maybe I can do some kind of ice sculpture outside and do an ice bar or something. So I'll have to look into that. I'm just rambling on here, and I got a bunch of work to do, and I got to get out of here. So we will be open tonight. So if everybody goes out, please be safe. Please be safe. It's tough to get good products, salmon, beef. It is very tough. Very, very tough to get good salmon, good beef, good produce, good anything. We are stocking more and more on our shelves here. A lot more items on our grocery store shelves. We want to be able to keep offering all those items that we have in-house here. And again, I'd rather make $1 on something and turn inventory and get people in the habit of using us. So that's the name of the game, just keep creating business. Our H&H bagels are back in stock. Sold a case right off the bat the other day. We'll be getting more in on Saturday. We do have cinnamon raisin in and some everything in right now. Our wild salmon is still available to purchase by the pound. Grass-fed steaks, all kinds of things are available here to do that, to buy. So I added a bunch of new stuff on the shelves here too. So vinegar's back in stock, apple cider vinegar. 2 sizes of maple syrup are in. Field Day organic fruit spread, so jam, jelly, organic peanut butter in small containers. Nutiva's back in. Nutiva's back in, the chocolate hazelnut. So if you like Nutella, but you're concerned with the funky ingredients in Nutella and the milk products in Nutella, this is vegan and no funky chemicals in there. So Hudson Valley green salsa's back from Hudson Harvest. That is back in stock. Ray Tusi, honeycomb in the jar there, pint honeycomb in the jar. We have our regular honey from Catskill Sugar House. Fig mustard back, mostarda's back from Italy. New graham crackers just came in, gluten-free graham crackers are in. We now have more juices than ever. The Sherry's mango juice, organic apple juice, organic tart cherry juice, pure pomegranate juice, most pomegranate juices you buy in the store are a blend of other juices. You have to make sure that pomegranate juice can be in the store is $15. Yeah, it's 14. You get $14. It can be $15 in the store, or it can be like $8. The ones that's $8 is a blend of apple juice and other juices and a little bit of pomegranate. That is 100% pomegranate, 100% organic beet juice. Good for athletes, good for nitric oxide, good for your heart, good for your blood. Apple juice, again, there's 2 SKUs of apple juice there. Local ponzu and local rice vinegar from Wanjishan, organic. Wanjishan's a company in Middletown, New York that makes great organic tamaris and all kinds of stuff. Szechuan sauce, and we're doing a lot of graphic arts for all this. We discovered, I already knew about Wanjishan, but I just didn't know what they were selling. And back in 2009, we were in Chicago at a food show, and we're in the organic natural section and at the big restaurant association show, and I'm there trying stuff, and I tried this guy's tamari, and I'm like, oh, this is cool, organic. I'm like, who sells your product? And he reads my name badge. He goes, we're neighbors. I said, we're neighbors? He goes, yeah, Wanjishan. And I didn't realize the name Wanjishan in the Middletown location. I just know in the back road going into Middletown, you have that soy sauce factory. He goes, we're in Middletown. I said, oh my gosh, I didn't know. Now I can see. And I go, you make organic stuff? He goes, oh yeah, we make a lot of organic stuff. And we have this whole line of organic stuff. We should be doing business. I said, absolutely, we should be doing business. You're local. And so Wanjishan, that's why I originally was introduced to Wanjishan. And we've been picking up from them for years. I go pick up there. Just recently, 2 local distributors are now stocking their products. So it's a Korean-based company. They have a factory in Korea, and the son or somebody came here and opened up this plant here and runs this plant here for the last, 30, 40 years. And so, yeah, they make a bunch of cool organic stuff as well as regular stuff, non-organic and organic. All right, I got to get going. Everybody be safe. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for everybody's business. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you for continued support on our Facebook Lives. Jamie and I love getting on live here and just talking, having conversations. Let's see. Cheryl, do you guys still deliver in certain areas or certain days? So Cheryl, message Jamie. I'm sure we'd be happy to get you an order, Cheryl. Just message Jamie. Justin's home from college, so he likes to drive. So I'm sure Justin's delivered to you before, Cheryl. So message Jamie. Let us know what you want, Cheryl. And so if anybody wants other food towards Waukeil or Walden or stuff, just let us know. Cheryl's out in that direction, and Cheryl. So we're happy to deliver if we can, Cheryl. We're happy to deliver if we can. If you're in our area, we do a lot of local deliveries. If you're outside of our area, message Jamie. Let us know. If we've delivered to you in the past and you're outside our area, just message Jamie. Let us know. Cheryl, we've delivered to you before, I think a couple of times, so that's no problem. So just remember, if you're buying from us and we're delivering to you, you might want to stock up on things because we don't make a regular route of doing a lot of these. So you might want to, instead of buying 4 pieces of salmon, you might want to buy the case of salmon, put it in your freezer, and stock up. So you're good to go. All right, folks, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and gotta get out of here.